Hello BookTube. Day's first mail shipment was a very healthy size, so I thought I would open it together with you. So let's see what we have here. First one is, a historical novel review title. For those of you who are new, we'll go through a few basics here first. I am uh, the managing editor of a small online literary journal called Open Letters Monthly. I'll leave the link below if I remember. I never do. I'm also the U.S. and worldwide editor for the indie branch of the Historical Novel Society, handling self-published historical novels. So I get a lot of those in the mail. And if you are the author of a self-published historical novel and you would like an HNS review, uh, feel free to go to the website and get in touch with my managing editor, the mighty Helen Hollick. And if she likes the cut of your jib, we're in business. uh, and in the books that I'm going to open here, if you see something that you absolutely can't live without, something that just rings every bell in your choir, uh, then let me know in the comments field, and I'll send it to you. So let's start with this one. This is from Smyrna, Georgia. What do we got here? Please. Okay. Thank you for your time and consideration. That's good. Be amazed how many self-published authors don't include the formalities. This is Shortening Shadows by Tom Woodward. Nice broody cover. Look at that. What have we got here? Gritty crime noir story set in Atlanta, Georgia in 1935. It opens with Matthew Grimes, a young, somewhat naive crime beat reporter who is living in the sheltered world of a boarding house when he encounters the solitary detective Jim Grierson at the scene of a murder. The reputed kingpin behind Atlanta's illegal numbers racket has been gunned down in the driveway of his posh suburban home. Circumstances throw the unlikely pair together to solve the case. Now, tell me you're not sold already. A naive reporter and a grizzled detective. All right, so the outline of my task here will be to read this and then assign it for review. Since one of the things that would stop that task in its track would be if there was something wrong with the book. Not the contents, but the presentation. We've tried our best to raise the bar on self-published novels, not to let self-published authors get away with ridiculous laziness or stupidity in terms of format and design simply by saying, well, it's self-published, what can you expect? We don't want that. And neither should you. When you see a self-published book, you should think, okay, it's just a book. If it reeks of amateurism and still wants you to read it, in today's world, that's a lot to ask. Now, but needless to say, this is not a problem. And you can see it self-evidently. There are no orphan lines on pages. It's all well proofread. It's all well formatted. It's well designed. It's attractive to the eye. So it goes straight to the process of reading it and finding it a reviewer. Sorry, baby. All right, let's see here. What have we got next? A little digression on Historical Novel Society. Always fun to do. I have become, through Historical Novel Society and through Kirkus Reviews and Publishers Weekly, I have become very well associated with the self-publishing world, and I like what I see. It gives me great hope for a far more democratic publishing future. God is round again. Very good. We saw this ages ago, actually 100 videos ago, when I did one of these mail hauls. It's a book about the heroes and villains of soccer, known to those of you outside of the United States as football. Let's see, what is next? Oh my! Oh. This is the finished copy of the 50-year mission, the first 25 years, essentially an oral history of Star Trek. Oh my. Oh, very nice. This comes out on August 30th, and it's to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the original Star Trek series. I read the ARC of this. I will very happily read the finished copy. Although, can't help but notice, flipping through it as one does, that the finished copy has no artwork. No photos. It's just, it boggles my mind. I mean, I'm sure that it doesn't impinge on the quality of the book, but no photos. It boggles my mind in 2016. What a crappy job Paramount Studios has done commemorating a show that has made it billions of dollars and hundreds of millions of dedicated fans. There's no Star Trek TV show currently. There are no special books aside from this, and the hardcover has no photos. It's anyway. I'll still read it and greatly look forward to it. All the photos are engraved in my heart anyway. Let's see here. I didn't mean for this mail call to be quite so ranty. I'll try and dial that down here. Okay, this is a finished copy of Alexis Smith's novel Marrow Island. I read this in ARC. It has been 20 years since Lucy Bowen left the islands. 20 years, and the Mayday quake set loose a catastrophic waves along the west coast from Alaska to California, shattering thousands of lives. 20 years ago, Lucy's father disappeared in an explosion at the Marrow Island oil refinery, a tragedy that destroyed the island's ecosystem and sent Lucy and her mother to the mainland to start anew. 20 years ago, Lucy and her best friend Katie were just Puget Sound children, tucked up under their desks, hovering under mylar sheets, hoping to survive. Now Katie writes with strange and miraculous news. Marrow Island is no longer uninhabitable, no longer abandoned. She is part of a community, a mysterious colony with a capital C, that has somehow conjured life again from Marrow's soil. Lucy returns. Her journalist instincts tell her there's more to the colony than its charismatic leader, a former nun, than its members want her to know. The island's astonishing rebirth seems to have come at a great cost, perhaps to the colonists themselves. Like I said, I read it in ARC, and coincidentally enough, it reminded me of a certain Star Trek episode. I'm wondering if some of you old fans can tell me which one it is. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a classic quote from Bones McCoy. Maybe I should be a mechanic. That way I could treat little tin gods like you. Anywho, let's go on to the next one here. What have we here? Oh, okay. All right. Steve is very happy all of a sudden. This comes out in August, and this is Hugh Subiag Montefiore's book on the Somme, which is having a horrific anniversary, and the bloodbath of which, as things do with time, is fading from popular memory. Used to be once upon a time you only had to mention it for everyone to know the unbelievable details and to equate it with bloodshed. Now it's just a name in a textbook. So very nice, very nice. I will do my best to be reviewing this book somewhere for somebody. Let's see here. On we go. 2 more to go. Unlikely that either one of them will cause me to lose my temper. No, certainly not. It's Meg, Night Stalkers. Those are her two children. They take after Mommy in liking to eat people. This is the finished copy with the lurid cover illustrations. Okay. And Meg Night Stalkers comes out in a week. Well, okay, there's one book left, but I don't see it topping Meg Night Stalkers, because what could? Let's see what it is. It actually does. Oh, Princeton University Press, July 20th. What? I had no idea. It actually does top Meg. It's Alexander Pope, an essay on man. It's a definitive scholarly edition of Pope's essay on man. I had no idea this was coming. No idea that it existed at all. How did this get by me? This is all I do for a living, is know what's coming. New scholarly edition of Alexander Pope catches me by surprise. Okay. All right. Well, allow me to be the first booktuber ever to hold them up together. All right. There you go. So that was the one of my 2 mail shipments for today. If you see anything here again that you can't live without, provided it's something I'm willing to give up, I should now add, feel free to let me know. And also, one last point that I always forget to mention: the literary journal that I mentioned, Open Letters Monthly. If you are a writer and you would like to write a review of something here or something else that's new that I've held up in the last 120 videos, you want to try your hand at written reviews, let me know. We're always open to new writers. And quite a few of you, I think, would fit the bill. But anyway, that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, BookTube.